Hello everybody and welcome to this industrial design tutorial in which I'm going to show you how easy it is to design such a beautifully sculpted food delivery robot in Shapr3D. We will start by first looking at a scan model, analyze it, then we are going to build all the individual sketches to then step by step design our product. And in the end, when we are done, then we're going to make copies of our design, stage it, and go into Viso so we can then create beautifully looking images that could explain the story of how this product could work. And with all that said, let's do it. Okay, here we are. After you downloaded the demo file, the download link is in the description of this video. You will see this. Let's quickly talk about it. I have here 3 photos. They, for example, show a little bit of the internal mechanics, and then 2 photos of the outside. Those are actually really quite nice to understand materials, finishes, etc., and colors. Then we have a few technical drawings. Those are going to be very useful to understand hard lines, etc., and the 3D scan, which is we are going to model with the most. Very good. So let's actually hide all the photos and take a look at the scan. Before we get started, we really need to take a look at what we want to build and identify building blocks. So we have a structured approach. From the side, we can see this faces front back are vertical. We have a dome, and here are hot edges, separation line. If you go to the front, domed, okay, vertical lines, okay, there is actually an extrusion that nearly goes into the front part. Here, the photo, for example, is really quite useful because we can see here is this piece, but this is kind of like a bumper that sticks out a little bit. And look at there. There's a kind of like a cutout, which we also have here. And the technical drawing very nicely shows where that, for example, is. There now you see that. Okay, very good. Now the technical drawing is not super precise, very thick lines. They should only be seen as a guide. We're going to just use this 3D scan as a rough model. Okay, so if we now take a look at this, we can say there's a dome, there's a midsection, and there is a bottom part because the back is actually slightly rotated. So this looks like a dome, an extrusion, and a loft. Let's get started. We will go into a top view. Just make a rectangle. That grid was wrong. There we are, or just a line, it doesn't matter. And then this sketch, we are going to move up 19 inches. Very good. Then let's go back into editing that sketch. And I will select the spline command. And I know roughly already where I have to click. So there and there and there, there and there. And then I go back and there and there and there, there and back. Very good. Yeah, that looks actually pretty good. I could select these two, put them back. I could select these two and put them back. And yeah, we already have quite nicely rebuild actually the profile to make life a tick easier also, and to make sure we're doing everything as perfectly as possible. I'm creating here this interesting guideline system. So left and right point symmetry to that one, left and right symmetry to that one, same here. Okay, and then I say U and U, symmetry to that line. And there. and there, and here. So with that done, if I now click one point, you see the other 4 points move automatically. Pretty cool. Okay, nice. So this one we can stop. Then this sketch, there we'll select the sketch profile and extrude this one down. And it looks like after here, actually no, there already, so maybe 7.5 inches, it starts to bend a little bit. Good. This body I'm going to hide. This sketch I will select and will make a copy, and then I move this one down to, let's say, 15.5. I will hide this again. I will show the tech drawing. Oh, I was actually perfectly spot on. Then now we see here this arcs a little bit. So when I go back to this sketch, select these points and move them in. Oh, you see the other side moves with it, so that's not ideal. So maybe this symmetry line I select and delete, and then here these points I select and move back, really horizontally only. Go to a side view. So 1, 2, 3 grids over. Pa, 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 pa. There we are. So we said 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's actually pretty close. So why did I do this? Check this out. We're going to go into front view or side view, and hold on. This actually goes down a little bit. So maybe here, then in addition, we select this a tick and maybe bring this back 1 point. Very good. Then with the body and this lower sketch in side view, we make a new sketch. I draw here 2 lines, and then I select the spline command and say 1 and 2 and 3. So G1, G2. They should really be on this line. I can move them up and down a little bit. And then I do the same also here. G1, G2, maybe a third and back. This can go down a little bit. And there you see how I'm sculpting this shape a little bit. Also here, these should be right on this. So if I don't have this, for example, I can lock it onto that guideline. There we are. Okay, beautiful. So what I do have now is a target to loft 2 along these 2 rails and loft. Pretty cool. So if we rotate around, that looks majority was fine. If we now go to loft, so I went from there to there, so that actually needs to be G2. Not this one, this will fail because there's no body. And now this surface flows perfectly into that surface. If we now rotate this a little bit, there we have nice and flat sides. There it starts to bend. Beautiful. And these curves we have here, we can use to sculpt this body a little bit more to our liking. Yeah, there we are. Let's call it this way. That's good. So we have kind of like the midsection and the bottom part blocked out. How do we now do the dome? And that's actually quite easy. I will select all my sketches, put them into a folder, which I already have. There we are. And hide this for the moment. And then I will go to side view, start sketch again, go to the arc, and from the intersection point to the other intersection point, draw an arc. And that's all for that sketch. And let's go to the left view, make a new sketch, click, click. How do I go onto this midpoint? At the moment, we can simply from this midpoint draw a line down. So this, sorry, intersection point is actually where this sketch intersects with the first arc. This one here should be vertical, horizontal, and then the point to this arc, coincidence. Now the arc runs through that point, which is right running through that arc. Beautiful. Back to this view there, and then we will draw here one horizontal line onto the arc, horizontal, and we can move this up and down a little bit. So here comes now the trick. This one we select and do a revolve. And now we could say, oh, cool, I could select this and this, say loft. This was my target. So my first point. So we go, let's say G1, go to this view. Yeah, okay, so we go G2. Now this is a better transition from there to there. This looks quite nice. We go to the side view. It is not actually what we want. The trick here, however, is quite easy. We select this body and then we go to non-uniform scale. And what I have to do now is I scale this one till it hits that arc. Logically, the scale happened after the loft, so the loft needs to go after the scale. There, look at that. You see? This is actually quite fun. What we can do now is here again, I select this body and maybe move this a little bit to there. I'm only doing this just for fun to show you what we can do with this. It's actually quite cool. Oh no. Ooh. We move this stuff around and play with this. Can do scales more, etc. Okay. So enough play. Let's be serious. This is not ideal. There's too much of a flat surface, a little bit here. Yeah, how does the reflection actually look like? Let's go to appearance and zebra. There's quite a drastic change. We have this set to G2, maybe 1.5. So we stretch this out a little bit more. Stretching this out meant this continues a little bit more. And there you see, that actually, that was not too bad. What about here? Solved it a little bit. Could be more. Here I'm actually not hitting the target yet. So this there. Okay, this is much better. Now, one question could also be to be asked. So this is one way how to design it. Let's say we go to the visu and this default material I change into a high glossy. Then I can rotate this around. Yeah, this is, there we see, this is not really ideal. The problem is this is kind of like a squarish profile, that's elliptical profile. So the issue identified is this top piece needs to be smaller. So this line here, I will make going up, let's say like this, because now I will have a much bigger transitional surface. Let's go to the view. Okay, and here So there it overshoots now. Maybe 1.25. What about 1.3? 1.4. Okay, now I can make it perfect. There, this is actually quite nice. Yeah. So one thing to look at now is the zebra one more time. And now I see this is actually much nicer with bigger areas where this can stretch over. We can go to the viso and take a look at this. And yeah, this is really, really good. So the key was really to make this cap actually kind of small. Beautiful. So I would say we have this part then done too. To the next thing. So what should we work on next? Maybe I put this into a folder, and we have here these cut lines. That's, for example, we can do easily. We have here the stuff that cuts out. Let's actually do that first, and then the wheels, and then we do the fine detailing and styling. Okay. So from the back, there we can see, okay, here is really something that is cut out, and there are the wheels. So what can we do? Maybe build first. Well, let's make a wheel actually first, and then from the outside, we start modeling everything that goes to the inside. So from this view, let's make a circle. We could maybe say here, I want that circle to be really on the ground. Here's one trick. From the origin, I draw a line. There we are. That is horizontal vertical, and this arc on this line is tangent. There. Perfect. What's this? 7 inches diameter. That looks fine. Well, I can move this over a little bit. There we are. Cool. Okay, but the sketch is at the wrong position, so let's exit the sketch. Go to a side view, moving command, and then I bring this over to where I feel like the wheels start. Let's say there. Then that I can extrude for the moment, just a dummy, nothing special. I'm just blocking everything out. And then this part, we will do a linear pattern, 3 pieces. That is correct. 8.75. Is this actually perfect? Oh, looks like, yeah, let's say like this. Easy peasy. Good. Okay. Now, this is the original sketch. I think we can delete. This is the sketch for the wheel. We can keep this currently in there. So I'm just trying to think now, how do we from there actually continue going to the back? So I will make a sketch one more time, and this time I draw it kinda like this way. Ah, okay, there. Exit, and also here, this sketch, I will bring to where I feel the cut starts. So looks like there. And then this will be cut out. And oh, we want that to be a new body. Okay. We can hide the mesh body for the moment to verify this maybe with the rest. And then we can see, so this should stop inside the wheel. Very good. So what I have here is a tick to aggressive. I'm gonna go back to this sketch. This one we can bring back a little bit. You maybe go to there. Very good. This we can make wider. Very nice. And then we do the following. This piece, I will now mirror over to there. Where is my main body? There it is. So from this one, I will remove those two. Okay, cool. Actually, quite nice. Beautiful. I know this is something sooner or later I want to round. So maybe 1.25. Very good. These sketches I want to hide. So maybe these sketches I put into that folder. And here that needs to be a tick rounded too. There we are. What about this corner? Can we round this a little bit? Yeah, okay. Kind of like see what I'm doing. I'm pre-rounding everything a little bit. This I can round a tick too. And then these two I could round. Oh, look at that. Okay, goody. Yeah, so that's a possible avenue to do this. In here we have a mechanical element that can swivel a little bit. So why don't we now actually think about that? So here I'd select these two wheels and or maybe just this wheel. I will make a new sketch. There we are. And maybe one piece and another piece. Those two should be exactly equal. Let's say 2 inches, that is fine. I know we need to understand, well, where is the swivel part now? Maybe it's, let's say, roughly there. Okay, very good. And then I could draw a line to there. I can draw a line to there. I draw a line to there, and I draw a line to there. U and U, tangent, U and U, tangent. Whoa, it's getting a little bit too big. Let's make this smaller again. Bring this whole thing up. There. What's going on here? So let's say 2 inches. There. Thank you. Better. U to U, tangent, U and U, tangent, maybe 2 inches for an axis. Yeah, probably we can keep this. This is more the housing. Um, and maybe here, these two we connect. Let's say like this. Okay. We then can think about these two should maybe be equal. If I make them equal, this is actually perfectly centered. Now you see this. I can even help this and draw a helper line, construction, and horizontal, vertical. There I can go left and right. Yeah, technically speaking, there is now a midpoint we found. Okay, so where is or what is this going to be useful for? Look at this. I can essentially select these sketch profiles now, and then we extrude them a little bit. I really don't know how thick this is. 1.5, that's fine. Let's go back to that sketch, and here we extrude this, let's say 2.75 as a new body, no, union. But then I would like to go to extrusion and say edit and deselect this from the union. So this is one piece. Okay, there. Now we can see now there is that element that can rotate up and down. This is actually really quite useful, and now we can do a little bit of prototyping. Let's hide actually the wheels. There, bonk. That's good. And this is absolutely not good. There it bumps into it. So well, I have to adjust the sketch a little bit. So, I mean, who knows about the reference here? Everything we'll be doing is just also explorative. So that works. Now this I can bring back a little bit. Okay, this will be good. And this rotation which I did here, now I will delete. See, this way I very quickly prototyped the mechanical element of it. Okay, beautiful. The wheels we style later, but for the moment this is kind of good. That's all we need. Since we worked on that swivel axis, let's actually now work on the front axis. We could do this on the same sketch here too. We'll make it easier. So there we make another circle. Also here we say the two circles are equal. Very good. This will go over to there. And we make this as a new body. So this is kind of like the axis that would be inside. And there's a housing that goes over it. Okay. Then, yeah, let's go ahead and design that housing. It's kind of like that bumper we saw. I will simply do this a little bit like this. So from there and up and over and down. Shouldn't be too high, can be a little bit lower, can be a little bit closer in there. And then here, this goes in as a new body. This I would like to round a little bit. Very good. Okay. And there you see here, we're getting kind of like that detail. Whoops, not to V, so I wanted to go to the photos. We're getting this detail here. And there you can see that this is actually pretty close to the axis. If this is part of the axis, who knows? Anyway, let's go back. Definitely this can go a little bit higher. There. Maybe a little bit further. There. Okay. And then where is that extrusion? There's that extrusion. We bring this over. Very good. Maybe to here. And this other extrusion I bring over a little bit too. I will soon explain why we are or why we were doing it that way. Good. Very nice. Goody. So why did I do this actually? We can later mirror these things over and then they're being fused together, but this way I know they flow perfectly into each other. Here we have an edge. Maybe when I go and edit that fillet, I will add this one to it. So it's one piece. Yep, that looks actually quite nice. To build a bumper, I could push this forward. Yeah. But now here, this fillet later, that will be kind of like alone. What about I make this flush to that surface? Yeah, that could work. but this is really going to be a not so great idea. I would like maybe bring this forward. How do we build the bumper? Let's redesign this a little bit. So this is kind of okay. Yeah, that's the way how we do this. So, that body we are going to hide for the moment, and also you and you. Here, this rectangle, I will go to a side view, yeah, and exit, and then I will make a new sketch. And you see, I'm going to draw a new rectangle right over the same area there. Okay, saw that, no? Very good. Then this sketch and this sketch, we are going to isolate. Here, this I will make a construction for the moment. This I will extrude a little bit, and then I can say, hey, from you to you, can we do a loft? I'm not sure if that's going to work. No, it does not. Okay, hold on. Delete. We will do an unisolate. Then we select this one and the sketch and do an isolate again, because now I have the sketch and the body of that, or the face of that body, into which I want to loft. And then this is my target, G2. There is your broop. It flows to there. How does this look? Yeah, that actually could, for example, be it. Now we can style this a little bit more. That is the sketch. Very good. This I bring in a little bit. You see how this bends nicely. Very good. So this body now I can delete. That was just only a helper. I have my axis. And where is that original extrusion we did? There. So body 10, that is extrusion 2. Where's extrusion 2? Oh, there's actually extrusion 7 and fillet 6. These two we simply delete. Now these two edges I can select and fillet nicely. Let's say like this. Beautiful. And maybe here a little bit. Now we build a nice bumper. There we are. Cool. Okay. Again, we do everything left, right, symmetry wise. The sketches I put into the sketch folder, so they're gone for the moment. And I could go ahead and do a very quick study and say all this, mirror over to there. Okay, now there we see we have this bumper structure. There's a pretty flat surface here in the front, and this is only flat short part. I would like this to be wider. So where is that loft command? Oh, there's the loft command. And maybe we make this 2. That's too far. If we go to top view, that is not really that. That also doesn't look so beautiful. So what other opportunities do we have? Now this is kind of like a common thing that you can encounter. And now actually I realized I could make this actually a little bit easier too. So how do I do this? I would like to select this one, and this is actually 8 inches. I isolate this body. I select this. I go to extrude and extrude this one down 8 inches. Very good. As a new body, unisolate everything. You, hey, grow a little bit. Can we do this? Yes, I can by 1 inch. Oh, look, we are actually getting a really nice little offset. Oh, look at that. Okay, so this I could bring down. It's kind of like a skirt, maybe something like this. Very good. Select everything, and then we go into scale mode. What happens if we scale this down a little bit? There, yeah, okay. Then here we could join this and fill this. You can see this looks actually nicer, but in the end, this is kind of like thick. Yeah, we can go with that version because I will show you then how we're going to fix this. So all these steps we just did, that was a good idea. We don't need it. Also here with the mirror for the moment. Or maybe the mirror we can keep. Let's delete this for the moment. Okay, perfect. Since we're working at the bottom part, let's very quickly finish the wheels. What could be a really nice way to make nice looking wheels? We do have our pattern tool. And the pattern tools here gives us the value. So we're going to select this side of the cylinder. Then we're going to add an axis. On this axis, we're going to add a construction plane. Along an edge, there we are. That is good. Then we can go to and use, isolate those two on this construction plane. We create a sketch. And now here we can design our wheel actually. Do we flat sides, roundish? For the sake of the time, let's make this a little bit simpler. So there, there, and there, and there. We connect this. These lines have to be all equal. These two have to be equal and actually horizontal. These lines have to be all equal. And these lines have to be horizontal. We have actually no symmetry, by the way, as you see. Cool. Nope. So there's our plastic part. Here it goes in. There's a round part. Easy peasy. That should be, let's say, 2 inches because we also have that 2-inch axis in the back where this connects to, by the way. Cool. Okay, so we can go back to the sketch, unisolate everything. We need to draw a midline. Let's isolate that sketch because then we have a revolve body. Bonk. There we are. Then we can round these outer edges a little bit, and then we can round the inner edges a little bit, and this one if we want, but it should be the one that's outside. Yep, very good. Okay, very good. It is time at this moment to look where's our mirror command. There it is. Let's delete. No, that's not the one. Oh no, 1 second. No, I'm blind. Oh no, there it is. And delete it. Very good. You. You all go into the sketch folder. Thank you. Where is that one? So that we now delete. We don't need those anymore. We know, however, we still need to go back. So I will just copy 8.875 and then you pattern 8.875 there. Very good. There we have it. Beautiful. We can select this edge, round this a little bit. Oh, it doesn't round everything. Why? That should... Oh, there's a tangency break. Okay. Here's my sketch. Due to you. Tangent. Oh, did I not do tangent? There. Oh, no, I did not. Okay, very good. Okay, that this one does that's normal. So here we're going to round this one now, and then we can select this one and round it. They're pretty cool. We can do some fun tricks now too. Oh, what is going on here? Hold on. Extrusion. Oh, there's a mistake. Something broke. So let's go back in my version. The extrusion is missing a profile. But hey, it is there, buddy. All good. Thank you. So let's remove this part, go back. I would like to detail this a little bit. I could offset these edges as a sketch and push this in. Go up, for example, or I could also say we select this, do an extrusion that goes inwards, and then we give this a little bit of a draft. Let's say like this. There. It looks kind of interesting. There is no axis connection here. This is kind of like a concept model to do that axis connection. Then here I could select these flat circles, do an extrusion, and do a union. Hey, didn't I say union? Union. Okay. Why isn't it doing it? Subtract. Union. Thank you. The kind of cool thing is now when I select this, and this and this, and go to there, I can rotate all this. Cool. Okay. Beautiful. Here, as I noticed, there's a tiny gap. We could fill this, say this part I extrude to there as a new body. Okay, and then you and you, I just join together later. Okay, perfect. So these parts are actually all done. So now I can go ahead and say you, really select all parts. I would say at this point, we can do that mirror command there. Select all that stuff, put this into a new folder. Also here, this linear body, I don't want to drag this one out, delete this. Wheels. There we are. Cool. Okay. Actually, I realized here, these two pieces, now we can join together. Oh, actually, hold on. Undo. Because you and you, this is now where all that stuff is being fused into one body. Okay. And then we get these fillets, which then, look how beautifully we can fillet those. See? Flows really nicely around. It's gorgeous. Very nice. Okay. Oof. That's a little bit of work, but you see, no? Um, this is also how sometimes you have an idea of how something could be done. Kind of like with the bumper, I showed 2, 3 different ways. Sometimes you have a hunch, you try it out. Sure. Well, sometimes your hunch works out or it doesn't work out. Okay. Anyway, let's finish this. The next thing we have to do is, after cleaning this up a little bit, we can do the separation lines. Another sketch. Here's a line. I know already it's roughly stops there, a line there, a line to roughly there, a line roughly to there. Then we can go to the spline. 1, 2, 1, 2 points. So click, 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 and click, click, click. So G0, G1, G2, G2, G1, G0. Beautiful. Cool. Hide this, and then we exit the sketch. We can show the body. We go to project. We select our sketch elements. I need to show this too, sorry. And then we mark the surfaces as the targets and the sketches as what we project as edges. Very good. There we are. Beautiful. Cool. Oh, I just realized there is actually a separation line there on top. You see here the sharp line. So in the sketch, we can go back and simply draw here another line. And then we simply add this to the project command. Oh, not the surfaces, but the bodies we are projecting. See that? There it is. Flop. Or should we do this? We are essentially cutting this off along there. So no, let's not do the split command. But along this line, we want to split the body open. So we can do the following. We go construction plane, edge along here, there, click. Maybe this one doesn't allow it. This one, it's okay. Perfect. And then this is the body that's going to be split along this one, and split, 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 split body. Cool. This we join together because now we have the lid. This can actually go into the sketch folder. Cool. Beautiful. So we can then select this one and let's say this one, and we do an offset, or here this one I bring inwards a little bit, maybe not too much, 1.25. That is quite nice. Look how beautiful now we have these 3D curves. Those we can select, go with a chamfer to distance, and we click one time, and then the second time we can drag this out more. So 2.5, 0.05. Yeah, look at that. Really nice detail we have there. Let's consult our photos. So there, yeah, clearly there's an indent here. This looks more like two different plastics. Okay, good. Okay, and then here is the element for the sensor. How can we do the sensor part? Oh, nope. This one we hide. Show this one. Go to here, and now it looks like that thing is plus minus here. Thank you. And correct, we do another project. Very good. That goes around it. Then we select this one, push it in. With this now offset, we can go ahead and clean up the result a little bit. These two edges I will remove. Then I will select this edge and chamfer it. Look at this. And the same we can also do on those vertical edges. Chamfer it, not fill it. There we are. And if we go to a side view, then there we can see here we have really nice, beautiful, kind of like offsets. And then we can select those corners. This time we fillet them a little bit and select that corner and that corner. We fillet that too. And with that done, we should now be able to add really tiny fillet. We might have to select multiple edges here to help the fillet command understand all the edges we would like to fillet. There. So really can be really, really tiny. Let's go to here, 0.05, and let's go to that fillet one more time, and we tell this to be chord length. So it's a really nice and consistent detail. There, look at this. Quite nice. Beautiful. Okay. Then the last thing to do our prototyping, maybe it is to add that antenna and then also the lights. Okay, so the antenna is on this side. Very good. We could go to this view, so it would be somewhat down there. Let's make a sketch. So the antenna 2 inches maybe goes to there. Actually, here now, if I bring this one down, does this fit? Oh yeah, it fits actually pretty good. I can use this slightly as a reference. So there we are. And we're going to simplify that antenna also a little bit. There, one line, and then this goes to there. No, actually, oh, it will not go to there. It will go to here and there. And then this one, we make a midline. So what I'm doing here, check this out. Going to connect this. These two are tangent. U to U are perpendicular. U and U are perpendicular. And this goes in. This I will bring further in. Actually connect it to there, that is fine. And this one here I lock, so I can select this one and make this smaller. For example, 0.25. And what do we have here? Oh, it's also 0.25. Wah, wah. Okay, easier thing here. I will very easily just delete that circle, make myself that circle again and say this goes onto there, you and you, tangent, and then this gets bigger than the center, so maybe 0.35. Okay, I did not want this to be on that point. Okay, very good. Select everything, and we can move this around. This should have been actually 2 inches. Didn't I say this? Yeah, it looks like actually 2 inches, maybe 1.5. Now this actually looks kind of flimsy here, so turn this off. Yeah, there's, this wider is getting bigger. This is a tick too big. Maybe here. Okay. Whole thing we can position somewhat in this vicinity. I will draw here one line connecting this. These should be parallel because we're going to revolve this. We're going to revolve that. And since we talked about it, let's go ahead. You and you revolve. Then we might want to hide the photos. Oh, well, the sketch is in the center. The sketch shouldn't be in the center. So let's move that sketch over. Yeah, maybe to there, I don't know yet. And that extrusion or revolve. Oh, I followed with it. Beautiful. Good. Then this will revolve. The revolve bodies we will turn off for the moment. This we will extrude a little bit. Then we select this one, hide it, select this and offset this a little bit, unisolate everything. Very good. And then we can do another extrusion till it hits it, really goes in. Then we can make this a tick bigger. New body. Ah, look at the head. Pretty nice. So that works. Let's fine tune everything. So there's our extrusion. That extrusion we did by, let's say, 0.4. Then our offset, we want to go by 2.8 now, so we double it. And then that extrusion 0.7. Yeah, that's still okay. Cool. Really nice. Oh, this should not be in there. You notice how when we when we join those with union, we get a really terrible pinch part. That's terrible. So I will go back to this sketch. I was not aware of it. And this tangency constraint I remove. This one I remove. Yeah, now I can move this inwards a little bit. Some of the modeling commands might flip out. Yeah. Okay, here, fix. It's not really that complicated. Come, add everything to it. We see the bodies here, so let's hide this. Let's go back there. Now we can add this to it, and the whole design is repaired. Oh, look now. This is a much nicer transition. Cool. Okay, very nice. You, to you, we join. And then we could say, So these sketches we put to there. This one I couldn't select because that's not really a real sketch anymore. And then I can select these edges, fillet them very tiny, 0.02. Here, 0.02. I would like there to be a chord width there, like this beautiful how this finishes. Very nice. Very good. Okay. Um, maybe some lights. Okay. There's our rectangle. To also question, oh, where do we put the lights? In here, there, or there? Um, we can do the lights the following way. Just a, let's say a rectangle we design. And this rectangle I move to the front. And I do a following. I want to have rounded edges, so I'm extruding the sketch, making a piece like this. Then I mirror this over, and then these faces I will project onto my body. There. See that now? Because now we have these rounded edges. I could simply give this a different material or push this in a little bit. There we are. Kind of cool. I think we should also be able to select all this and then chamfer this there. Well, let's say like this, for example. Cool. In a similar way, we could also have built the front part. Good. Oh, in the back. That I don't want. So I think we can select these edges we don't need. And delete. Very good. Cool. This thing we are going to hide because now we want to prototype the compartment that's on top. Okay, top face, we make a rectangle, and there is our rectangular sketch. So let's say that goes to there. This is way too tight there. So we have a 16 by 14 inch area. Cool. That we could say 7 inches or something could go down. Yeah. Let's go back. Maybe this we bring over a little bit more. We could also round this more. But here we also need to have an hand opening. So in the sketch, let's create also an opening. 7 inches. Let's say like this. There it goes nice and flat. So for your fingers, 5 inches is someone we need for a hand. Yeah, that's good. And this, I'm going to go down at least an inch. That's like, so we can put our fingers in there. Cool. We can clean this up to make this nice and stylish. There we can round it this way. We can select this and round it that way. Oh, look at that, no? Nice and smooth. There. And that should work. Very tiny. Cool. Sharp edges are visually not interesting. Let's say we are thinking about how we are interacting here. There. Beautiful. Cool. So when I put this on top, now we can see this here. What about, can we fillet this easily? Oh yeah, we can. Good. Then let's fillet both at the same time, so it's not so sharp. So you see, like now, very easily we could put the finger and then lift this one up. Good. These two, by the way, are gone. They're goners, and maybe the backlights. So they're on top there. Okay, good. So, let's say we are designing the lights to be like here. This rectangle I will move back so it's in front, and then inside the sketch I will project this one in and this one in and this one in. So essentially I do have kind of like height lines. Here, bring this one into. Oh, I didn't do it. Interesting. I don't know why. So this is at the end. Oh, okay. What about we select this one? Okay, should have worked. The main reason why I wanted to do this, that was actually also, it's not really a big problem. We can also do this manually. Here I have essentially a grid. There is one line, there is the other line. If I make these nice and equal there and there, let's say these I do actually horizontal and then I lock those. These should be a vertical and they should be equal. See, this got now perfectly positioned, horizontal, and there I have actually kind of like a centered rectangle. Okay, there we are. Here, the same process. I can go ahead, not get irritated by that image, and select these edges, round them very gently. Inside that folder there. We are nearly done. Bring this over. And 1 and 2. And then we could join those in there. Same process. I have actually an interesting idea. What happens if we bring those back a little bit? Hmm. Yeah, what about that? Oh, that actually is interesting. But I want this and this to be folded over that surface. Yes, very good. Yeah, okay. So, and let's check this out. Then we select these two and we move them a tick forward. Oh, interesting. That is a tick too short. Okay, let's backtrack for one moment. What we will do is simply this. I really like this idea. So this sketch is actually good. We haven't anything projected because now this I can slide back inwards. Let's say to there, and then you and you to there. Do this again. People say you're not creative when you 3D model. I don't understand how they can say that because I feel like you 3D model and you get ideas. There, we move this forward. So they are actually a little bit raised. Let's do one check if we join all that stuff. Could we then fillet this? Yeah, we could. Here, this will be a little bit problematic. I need to set this to a chord length. 0.25. Yeah, this actually looks over-designed, but the overall idea of this to go forward was actually quite nice. So we are adjusting this and there, pushing this back a little bit like this. For those who, the problem I have is you see this is at a different angle and then this surface. So I guess what I wanted to do is to have this really nice detail. In that case, actually would have needed to do what I did before, which we can. So here, all this we delete. Very good. And then I could say you and you project onto that surface. Very good. These pieces are now not needed anymore, so they go. See, here are now my projections. Those I can expand 0.25, and there you see kind of like that radius, let's say 1.25, and then those edges I can select and fillet 1.25 there. Perfect. Ah, yeah, that's kind of nice. I don't have the projection in the front. Very good. You go to there. And we are basically ready to colorize everything. Let's go to Visa. Um, maybe this we make nice and white. There we are. Then the default material, let's say we make ABS and dark. There, these wheels. Here, these rings. I'm just going to play with the geometry that I have because of the fillets there. Very good. This also should not just be ABS plastic. Otherwise, it's going to be a very loud running noise. We change that to something that is appropriate. There. Tire rubber. Well, that's a tick too dark. Okay, beautiful. Um, I think all the stuff down there is black too, so we have to be careful how we are assigning our materials. We have a lot of fillets here, so quite honestly, it is easier to simply do this, and then I select all that and say, hey, you be back that white material there. See? Much easier. Oh, hello there. Cool. Oh, look, I mean, this detail here actually turned out to be really nice. For the lights, we select the fronts. Actually, these faces here, I select that should be all white. Cool. And then these two, the interior, change and utility, emission. This is maybe the front, so we can, let's say, give this a maybe a bluish tint. There we are. I have to say, I actually did like this outline. And we can play with that. Or is this too much? Well, I guess maybe a matter of personal preference. And then here, this we select, that's also going to be the emissive material, but we make this red. There. Cool. Here's our antenna. The antenna we make white. Plonk. We can keep this black. It's a nice contrast. And then that thing here on top. I think that was this orange color. Beautiful. What is that? That's that part. That's now the inside. And to highlight the interior compartment, we could change the color. Let's say here to the white ABS. Pretty cool. For somebody who was a fan of Knight Rider, there. Row, row. That's actually kind of funny. Oh, cyclones. Cool. Yeah. The material definition is kind of done. Now, the last thing I can do, I know I said last time already a few times, but I'm promising I'm really getting to an end. Here, this we can make a little bit bigger. Whoa, that's actually not what I want. I simply want this one to go down. So you and you, we lock. Very good. So this one can slide down without making the piece bigger. There, that is good. And this is all kind of body. I hide the sketches. Wheels. Yeah, okay. This is kind of a body. Yeah, all good. We want to stage this thing now. We make a new sketch. We are going to draw ourselves a small, nice pedestal, do a revolve. There we are. And now we need to understand. So when I have this and I would like to rotate it, where's the axis for that? Now how can we do this easily? And I would like to add an axis basically here, and that should always move with the part. Yeah, I will, since I have no element that could create an axis, I will create myself here a cylinder. So I can select the cylinder, do my axis, and then I delete that cylinder. Very good. There, pedestal, what is the sketch? Goes to there. And here, lid and axis. that we put into a new folder and say lid. Cool. Base. Very good. I'm sorry this actually turned out to be a longer video than anticipated. Beautiful. So what do we do now? We can select our body and then we put this to where the axis is, you see, and just rotate it. Bonk. Cool. And if we then try to find, so where is actually that beautiful sketch and just move this around, there you see we can actually have a little bit of play. Okay, so that, for example, that should work. Now, if I go back to my rotation command, flop. Okay, so we prototyped actually how this could work. Beautiful. Then I will suppress this for a moment. I will now go ahead and select this and this. Go to move, make copy, move this one over, let's say to here. Now I have to play a little bit around. Turn copy off. I move this one onto this axis and then rotate this down. Okay. And now I have to select this, and this. Come on. And move this one onto that cylinder and rotate it till these wheels are kind of like really on the same level, which is kind of like there. So that was a little bit too crazy to do. So I will rather do the following. So all this here, actually, this is easier. You go down. Thank you. And then I will say you and you and you. So all these parts that should rotate, that goes over this back axis. And now I'm lifting this up. So maybe 22. -1. Yeah, very close. That is kind of like good enough. Perfect. And then I can select all this again. Make a copy. Bring this over. Kind of like maybe to here. I have to change my platform actually. And then same deal. I select all what has to rotate. It's actually pretty easy, as you can see. And bring this one down. 22. Tab. Yeah. Tick too close. So. Oh, actually, this makes no sense. Yeah. Oh, sure. Because we set the platform here. We bring this to there, and then we make this a tick wider. For example, ta-da! This move command now I bring to the bottom, and now I unsuppress that one, and there's the lid that's open. And you guys know what? We did it. That's it. Oh, I forgot how did that happen? If something like this shall happen, let's see. Target bodies. We just then add the parts to it. There. So now all is good. Cool. Back to Viso. Maybe a brighter environment for the platform. Maybe a marble or something. Yeah, and there we are. So I see there's a little bit of an offset with the ground plane. We can maybe take this one off. Let's go back. I will do one last sketch here. Rup, there, and there, and there, and there. And then this, I will symmetry extrude. There's, the contact shadows actually good now. Or I can make this one wider, make this wide, make this a really, really large piece. There, and also this bigger. So when we zoom in, there we see that. Okay, very good. That's it. We did it. That wasn't too bad.